Hello, welcome to episode 343 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, MattyB, joined in studio by Harv and Canoop. The Steelers are playing on Monday night, so Bronell felt he could not focus and record a podcast while watching the Steelers, which is funny because next week the Chiefs will play for the second time on Monday night. If you recall, when they played the Saints a couple weeks ago, we taped. Next week they play the Buccaneers, we'll tape. I can do two things at once. I think when you're on edge like that guy is watching his favorite team, it's just not possible for him.
Well, I think too, like it's not like it's riveting football.
Yeah, like we're watching a 9-9 game. It's Sports Equinox night. We got we're in Studio K where we got 4 screens, so we got all 4 major sports on the television. We're watching them all. We can focus on 4 games at once and still tape the show.
Yep.
Ronell can't even focus on a 9-9 game that's putting. If this were the only game on, we'd all be asleep.
To be fair, it'd be tough for him to pod pacing around his garage, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what he would say right now? Well, it's just a defensive special game.
Yes.
You don't like watching defense? I don't know if it's that.
Yeah, it is boring. And yeah, he would be pacing. He would be complaining the whole time. Everyone's against us. If you watched the start of this game and saw that the Giants had 5 penalties on 1 drive against them, I don't know if it's necessarily. We might be talking about Chiefs Steelers in the same breath. See, it was in the same breath. I said them at the same time. Yeah. But yes, on this episode, we are going to talk about the ZOZO won by Nico Echavarria.
Yep.
In a pretty good final round on late Saturday viewing. For those of you that did tune in on Saturday night. We're also going to talk about, like I said, Sports Equinox. Might tangent off into other sports. I'm sure we got a potpourri of other items that Harv's prepared.
It's a little bit, yeah.
We have maybe a bit of a Colin Morikawa situation on our hands.
Yeah, we'll get into that one for sure.
But before we do, we want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, PLYRGolf.com. Use the promo code DriveTheGreen for 20% off your order. I hope that flag is against the Steelers on that punt return touchdown.
It will be.
Yes, I mentioned last week and previous weeks that players doing their mystery box, well, they did actually, over this past week on their social media, do a little bit of a preview of some of the things that go into their mystery boxes. It was a video showing, obviously, the box and some of the items that go into it. So, good. It's not getting called back. So if you haven't thought of a Christmas gift for your significant other just yet, be sure to use the promo code on a mystery box. It will go a long way come December 25th or whenever you decide to celebrate. Maybe you got an early family Christmas at the in-laws or something like that.
So, anytime, really.
We're also proud members of the Callaway family. Had a chance to meet up with Duff last week, just to kind of get a recap on the season, which was nice to sit down. Very exciting things for next year when it comes to
might be
Callaway.
elite.
Some might say it might be elite. Yeah.
Elite, yes. So very excited to get fitted for the new sets very soon and get those into our hands. Knoop's, I'm sure, dying to get his so that you can head down south for weeks on end.
I wonder.
Yep.
Show up.
We are in Studio K. I did not get offered any Churchill.
We've been too busy watching too many good sports.
Yes. So no Churchill. You got Churchills in?
I might text my kid to bring some.
Yeah, we're going to need a delivery of some Churchill for the show tonight. And last but not least, we're proud members of the Meckleburg Financial Group family. As I've mentioned many times before, but those listening for the first time, maybe you own a business and you're just curious about group benefits, pension plans, or health and health and dental benefits. Maybe you're you're just a newlywed that's got to make sure your affairs are in order with you and the new spouse. Be sure to reach out to Rich and the folks at Meckleburg. They will look after you. I'm actually due myself for my personal financial planning update. So I apologize to Wayne at Meckleburg Financial Group because I think he reached out months ago. So I really got to get on that and get looked after because he did a very good job of it last year. There's some questions that we had with maybe some of the things that we should do in our lives. I mentioned the will planning. If you don't have a will, they do that. So it's that time for me this year. So very excited to go through a whole financial plan update with Meckleburg. So if you're if you're thinking about it at all, just reach out to them. Obviously, there's no commitment needed. It's just more of a conversation. Nothing wrong with a conversation. So, thanks to Mecklenburg for that. All right, let's get into our weeks. Who would like to go first?
I can go first because I am going to be super, super quick. Nothing but set up some Halloween decorations. We did some pumpkin carving. Finn saw this like snowman pumpkin dude, so we tried
saw
to
that out
recreate
front.
that out there. We still got to add some things. We got to smash a couple pumpkins, put some guts on his arms.
Yes.
So we got to
Oh,
do
wow.
that come probably tomorrow or maybe Wednesday morning before Halloween starts.
Okay.
Other than that, not much else. Kind of sat around yesterday, did some clean up in here, getting this ready, installed a basketball hoop for the kids to play basketball in here in the winter, and
Yeah,
that
this
was it.
studio's looking good.
Yeah, it'd be nice winter.
The 4 screens is definitely better than Studio B. So this might be, come wintertime, the place to be. Obviously, I got
Could be.
a new setup as well in
Yeah.
Studio M. So we got lots of options here. So it's
I like it.
It's gonna be an exciting winter.
8 drinks, so
Okay.
that gets me to 738 on the year.
Okay.
738.
Okay. I'll go next. So I mentioned last week the leaf gate, if you will. I filled 30 bags of leaves with
Oh, right.
many more to follow. So this past week, just a cool 10 more bags. There's still probably about 20 to 30% of the leaves still on the trees. So I'm going to try with the warmer temperatures. I think this upcoming weekend, I am going to put in a little more effort and try to get up to 50 bags here with
That's
ease, I
insane.
think. So we had some family down from Alberta, and I'm waiting for free dump day to take all the bags of leaves, and you can't take a dump trailer. You have to take them in your truck.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just waiting, and that's going to take me multiple trips because I'm pretty sure I can only get like 8 to 10 bags per trip. So anyway, my family all came down. They're like, "Why is there so many bags of leaves just sitting on the side of your house?" I'm like, "I'm just waiting for free dump day. These all came from the yard." Yep. Oh, lawnmower delivery, courtesy
She
of.
does not want to be on camera apparently.
No.
You want to toss those over here?
Yeah, okay.
Just be very careful.
Yep. 1. Lawnmowers delivered.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, wow.
Text you in a bit.
Service.
Yep. So now, in addition to the thank you. In addition to the leaves, kids hockey in full swing for my daughter. So we were in Swift Current twice on the weekend. Had a chance to deliver our recent draw winners prize pack to him. He lives
you
in Swift
did.
Current.
Perfect.
He's very happy. So gained another fan. I mean, we gained it probably in the contest. He said he's listened to the show before, so that's good. But my other thing this week is, so I'm not a big points guy, but I do go to McDonald's pretty much all the time for
Okay.
coffee in the morning.
Yep.
And so over the past year, probably I got into the points thing. I'm like, well, I might as well just accumulate these points. So I looked in.
Yeah.
I was like, I have all these points and I never use them. So I had like 50,000 points. And I've just like accumulated them over time. So now I started using them, and it's 2,000 per coffee. So I got 25 free coffees. But the issue is you can choose how you want to redeem it. Like you can go pick it up in the drive-thru, which seems counterintuitive to me. Like you got to
Yes.
wait in the drive-thru just to get it. So I've started to do, and this makes me feel super, I don't know, lazy, probably the right word. But I do the pickup out front.
Okay.
So like
Special
there's
stall.
the special stall. So you order it and you say, I'm in stall 1. So now it's to the point where I've been ordering so many free coffees in a row. Like the guy that's working every morning is the same guy delivering me my coffee. And now I feel even more lazy because it's the same dude bringing it out to me every morning.
But I think that's the same as going through the drive-through for the most part. You're just
So-
being more efficient with your own
So I've
time.
timed it now. If there's more than 5 cars in the drive-thru, I actually beat them out by parking in that stall and
So
ordering.
you don't order it until you park.
You're
in
not
the
allowed
stall?
to. It won't let. It won't. If you try to order it on
Interesting.
your drive there, it'll say you're not at the location yet.
Oh, wow.
So you
okay.
can't actually like. It's obviously got where you are location wise. It won't let you even pick a stall unless you're like within a block. So park in the stall, get it. This guy. Now I'm just. I actually do feel shame every time. It's just like, oh hi, good morning, hi. I got all these points. I have to use them.
Yeah.
So So yeah, so I still got like 15 more left to go. And then last but not least, my algorithm right now is car chases, like police car chases.
With crashes?
Yes. Some of them don't end in crashes, but most of them do. And there are some where it's like, yep, that person died. I'm like surprised this is even allowed on social media. Like people driving into the one today was this lady was in this, obviously in this car chase, swerved and hit bridge like stanchion. It's like the car just exploded.
Jeez.
It's like, ugh, I don't want to watch people die. I just want to watch them chase. And then there's one, this guy, he went on, it was like a 5-minute video, and it was in a Toyota Camry, and the first comment's like, this might be the best ad for a Toyota Camry ever. He got sideswiped like 4 times, kept going.
Just kept going.
Through spike strips. It was wild. And then eventually hits a tree and then gets out. He's like, you know what, you got me. I can't drive any further. I just head on cleaving this tree. And then top it all off, I had a cool 16 this week.
Ooh.
Hockey team building, family event. It was my aunt's 75th anniversary, or 75th birthday. 75 years of marriage would be something. So 16 on the week for me, 787. So I'm just under 50 on you.
Yep.
So, and that's it for me. Harv?
I actually had quite a busy week, so this might take a little bit.
And a little frog in your throat.
Yeah, a little bit. I was sick all weekend, so just getting over that. But first thing I wanted to, my son, Timbits, they were at the Warrior game on Tuesday where they got to play on the ice at the intermission. And like, I get that it is a big deal for the kids, but it might be the biggest waste of time event of all time. Like, it's such a hassle. You got to be there early.
Yeah.
So you can put your bag down before they lock the doors because the players come out that entrance now. So you got to be there early. So now we're killing like 30 minutes before the game even starts. You leave 10 minutes left in the first period, so you miss half a period. Then they're on the ice for like 3 minutes, and then it's done. So me being one of the coaches, I was down on the far end. I come off, and my son's like, I scored a goal. And I'm like, oh, what happened? Like, did you make a nice play? And he's like, no, just slapped it from my end, went right in the net. I'm like, oh, sweet. Way to brag about that sick goal, bud. And, yeah, so then they had another hockey jamboree on the weekend. Just it's a lot of hockey right now.
Yes.
So that was one thing. Mainly, I just want to say, like, that's such a, as a parent, it's not the best, and it's on a Tuesday night, so like wasn't gonna stay for the whole game. Warriors sucked this year, so it wasn't even a fun game to watch.
No.
Yeah, and then the other thing, I booked my flights. We're going to Florida in January for a couple weeks, but I had that flight that I canceled for my wife to come to Montreal.
Yes.
So I'm like, well, I'll just use that credit, and then I'll just book 3 flights on my other points, and it'll cost us like nothing. So I'm on the site, I find these sweet flights, don't have, like, it's Regina, Minneapolis, Orlando, just perfect flying hours, nothing. Talk to them on the phone, it's through WestJet, but the second flight's through Delta, and like, no, you can't use that flight. You have to use WestJet flights.
So you can't even fly together if you wanted to.
So I'm like, okay, that's fine, I haven't booked my other flights yet. I look up these other ones, not as good, but still decent. And then she's like, well, I got options for you. And I'm like, hey, well, I found this one. She's like, that's not an option. So it was like, we were going to have to leave Regina at 5 in the morning. And then we had a massive layover in Toronto. And we get into Orlando at like midnight.
No.
And then the way back was the same thing. We left there at 5 p.m. and got into Regina at like 1:45 in the morning.
Jeez.
So I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. I assume it's just 1 for 1. She's like, no, it's actually going to cost you $500 more to do this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I go on the site, put in all my points. It was going to cost me $700 to just use all my points and fly us all 4 down on the original flights I wanted. So she got all the way through, and I'm like, cancel it. I'm not doing this. I just booked them all through my points. Cost $700 and whatever. But yeah, it was just a big old hassle for like the worst flying times ever. Like,
Yeah. And which company is it through?
it's Avion points.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of the shit that we went through going down to Montreal and WestJet, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, if we just blame it on mechanical unscheduled maintenance, and they get out of everything. It's like, well, why do you even offer credits?
Exactly.
Just say every single flight delay is unscheduled maintenance,
Well,
which is probably what they do now.
And that's the
All the
thing. Like
time.
that, I told my wife about that. She's like, "Nope, that's the flight we were on 2 years ago when we went to Florida and got all messed up and we missed the whole day."
Ugh.
So she's like, "I'm not risking that again. We'll fly this other way." But so that got all taken care of, and then the big one I want to talk about is I'm back on space.
Oh, here we go.
Watching.
I thought we were in
space?
this place.
Yeah, it was
We were talking
in the
about it.
studio last night. I was watching this video, and they show this picture of like the known universe, and
Okay.
they showed like all the planets that are potentially in this known universe,
Yes.
and then they're like, well, and we think the unknown universes is like 10 times, 20 times bigger than this. And then they go on to say they think that there is more planets in all the universes out there that they haven't discovered yet.
That are like Earth?
That are, well, not like Earth, just planets in general. Then there is grains of sand
I saw that
on the
post.
planet Earth.
I saw that
Grains of
post.
sand.
Yes.
Like think of a beach, and then think of the ocean, and then think of everything.
The desert.
The desert, grains of sand on the planet Earth. There is more planets in outer space that they think is out there. Like that's just a guess. Like that is
Complete
them
guessing.
just making stuff up.
But it
at
got
this
you
point.
though.
Well, it got me like thinking like there's no way that's true. Like you don't know and you're just guessing. It's just.
But what if they do know?
How do they
that
know?
is
It's undiscovered.
insane.
It's undiscovered. They literally
Oh.
don't know.
Yeah.
It just is dumb to me that we're just living in these hypotheticals now. That's just like, well, why don't you say there's more than atoms in the whole like?
Yeah.
Like it's just nuts to me that they do this and people just like praise these scientific breakthroughs and just buy into it. Like, why aren't you pushing back? Why is there more
Yeah.
pushback on this? Is my real question.
I buy in. I think it's true.
I will say, so we were driving the other day and it was a full moon, I think last week or the week before. And we're looking at the moon and it's just like, you think of not only the fact that you're not the only, like people all over the world or country can see that exact same thing you're looking at right now. But also the fact when you like look at that, it's like someone actually was on it, whether true or not. I know where you're going with it.
Maybe not the
But-
first time, but someone has been for sure.
Someone's,
Maybe.
but like
For sure.
we got there.
Yes.
Like that part, that's just wild to me.
I know. Would you guys ever go like on those, what is that, SpaceX and Virgin, the ones that are like just outside the Earth's atmosphere and like hanging out?
If I didn't have to pay for it, yep.
You would, eh? I'm the same as you. I would.
Yeah,
100%.
I think I'd want to see, but I'm more of I need assurances that I'm coming back, and you're never really assured with that.
I'd
so
go
I'm
on that before I'm going on one of those submarines. I'll tell you that.
Oh
much.
yeah,
100%.
oh yeah.
100%.
But and like this,
Especially
like,
with the N64 controller or PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. But then I don't know. Did you guys see like last month where there was like those meteor showers like every night?
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's kind of neat, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like space, like it's kind of fake. It's kind of made up when you really think about it. Like all these things, I don't know. Space, it's a sore spot for me.
Yeah.
And then algorithm, I got on this Gordon Ramsay reacts, so it's just him like watching
Like
some-
chef reactions, but with Gordon Ramsay.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But then I got onto one that he was watching, and it's that guy who cooks things in the hotel
Oh,
room.
yeah.
that guy's
Yeah, yeah.
disgusting.
Oh my god, that is
is-
disgusting.
It's so
Like
gross.
he's making macaroni in his sock. He's just like cutting up stuff and just blending it in the sink.
The
Like,
worst is
The one
when
I
he
saw
makes
was-
like a taco in a bag.
I was gonna say he
One time-
made nachos on
yeah,
like
not
this.
natural. And he's just boiling hamburger in the sink. Like
It's
oh,
disgusting. Yes.
that is
Oh.
so gross.
The best of the comments is just like
Oh, it's like I feel like that's fake. Like he's not actually eating that.
you
But
can't.
no.
But it is hilarious to watch. from there.
Just using a shirt to like rinse out meat. Like ugh.
yeah.
Anyways, I had 0 drinks this week, but might have a higher booze count next week. So
Nice.
Well, we got some things on the go, do ya?
birthday,
Oh yes, yes you do have a birthday.
be birthday on the pod next week.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Good.
that a lot.
6 beer pot maybe.
Oh, I don't know what I am on holidays all next week, so maybe. Yeah, that's it. That's all I had for my week.
Okay.
Bronell
Alright.
probably riding high now. So
Yeah, 16-9 after that punt return. All right,
ZOZO.
let's talk about the ZOZO.
So yeah, Nico Echavarria wins his second PGA Tour win. Bit of a fun fact here: his only 2 top 10s on the PGA Tour are both his wins.
He just
Weird.
when he puts it together, he puts it together.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Well, I think for the most part, when he's going toe to toe with JT of old, you think, yeah, he's got this thing won.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason why I tuned in is because it's like I kind of still have a little bit of a soft spot for JT. You want to see the names that you've kind of grown over the past 10 years with win again, get back to the top of the mountain. But at the same time, it's like I could use some of these new guys because it was those 2 and Gracerman, right?
Yep.
So it's like
Graceman was right there too. Like
yeah, toe to toe. And Ricky was kind of hiding in the weeds, so it's like, yeah, I could use a Ricky win big time right
and
now.
Ricky's had a bit of a run here. Like his last 10 or 15 rounds have all been sub 70, I think, or
Yeah.
something.
He had a tough year up to this point then. Bang. I was going to say, JT I read a couple quotes from him. He had lots of love for where they were hosting the tournament. They said that they should be playing more tournaments in that area.
Almost like a world tour or
we're
something like that.
almost like, hey?
It was weird. All the major events other than the senior tour were in like Asia, like South Korea, China,
Mhm. Good.
Mhm.
Japan.
Yeah, they were all over the map.
One little fun fact about JT, hasn't won since 2022. Like it's almost been 3 years since he's won on tour.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
That card might be going away if he doesn't play good.
And then
Well, the top second place finish will go a long way
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true.
Yeah. Pretty much all you need is a second place finish and like one other top 10.
Yeah.
Gracerman, finished second as well. It's his 3rd runner-up in his last 5 starts.
Yeah, he's playing
He's
very
on
well
fire.
played. Yeah.
I didn't realize he was top 50 in the FedEx Cup this year either.
Yep.
Like he
That's why
came
he's
a
in the
long
event.
way from when I picked him to be the dud on Bronell's team all those months ago.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is the ZOZO is a limited field event with no cut, so it's like these guys that are playing in it have performed well all season. So it's not like a true, if you will, early season, not necessarily super strong field.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they have all the fillers of the local guys, but yeah,
Russ cooking.
Russ is cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, going back to that, like last place got $15,000 essentially. Maverick McNeely withdrew after the first round, which only due to illness.
Goes against everything you believe in limited field events.
Exactly.
Do everything you can
Especially
to finish that
one that far away.
Yeah.
You've already flown there.
Yes.
It's not like it's in Florida and you just go home.
Yeah, how sick you got to be.
Yeah, like even then, like I'd be throwing up every tee box and just still take my 15 grand home.
Yeah, well, and because you're a contract, you paid to go over there.
Exactly.
Out of
Like
your
that
own
one
pocket.
makes no sense to me.
Maybe you still got paid.
No, he didn't. I checked.
No, you get okay.
Yeah, withdraw did not get paid. Xander was 41st. You guys saw his quadruple bogey on the first day. Did you guys watch the video?
Yes.
Where he tried to move that ball, like
We hit it twice.
yeah, he didn't even move it twice, and then took an unplayable.
I personally enjoyed his recap of it. He's like, well, I tried to hit it, then I got stubborn and hit it again, and then I was about to hit it a 3rd time, but I realized, you know what, this thing isn't moving again. I should probably just take it unplayable. But the thing is, if he just takes it the first time, he probably makes bogey or double at worst.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably. But
Just
I mean, he's also at the point now, like again,
Try to hit
limited
the-
field,
yes.
guaranteed money. He's got 2 majors.
Yeah.
Like
Try to hit the hero shot. And
whatever. Let's get to Colin Morikawa. He was 54th, but it begs the question: have you guys ever tried to golf with a butt plug up your ass?
So, for those of you that haven't seen the picture yet, he's standing over top of a shot, and someone takes a picture from behind, and there is a protrusion.
Protrusion is the word, yeah.
Between his butt cheeks, in his pants. Like, what could that possibly be?
Has he said anything?
I don't know.
I don't
I haven't
know.
seen anything of him making a comment on
'Cause
it.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Like it ain't a turd. Like
No.
like
It looks like a butt plug. It really
100%.
Like I don't know how to explain. Like even if there was something in his back pocket, you can kind of see the outlines of his back pockets. Like
In his prison wallet, maybe.
but there is something there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that is that
Maybe
the
he has a
most-
tail.
Maybe he has. You know what? That actually could be it. There are people that have tails.
Yeah. Like that would. That's.
But it's almost too low to be a tail. Like a tail's got to be above your butt cheeks, doesn't it?
I think so. It's like a spine thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
You'd think, yeah.
but it is.
You gotta look the picture. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Find
gonna be
that
the pod picture, so you'll see it this week.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll
Oh.
see it this week. But
It's a horrible sight. It really is. It's
It's
a horrible,
something.
horrible sight. But yeah, I don't
like if that was me, I'm doing everything to get that removed from the internet.
Yes.
But that's like.
I mean, I don't want to kink shame. I don't want to kink shame at all here, but
I don't even know if that's kink shaming. It's just wild what it is. But anyway,
at
that's
least
the
didn't have
highlight.
those. At least didn't have those lights on it. Like
It's honestly the highlight of the tournament.
it was. Yeah, that 54th. I mean, it's tough to golf like that for sure. And then Canadians. Nick Taylor was 33rd, Ben Silverman 46th, and Adam Svensson was also 46th. So
Okay. Yep.
little paydays there.
Yep.
That's all I had for ZOZO.
Okay, that's good. I think we did it. We did 9 minutes.
No aces that I saw. A couple birthdays. The legendary Mark Leishman
Oh, yeah.
had a birthday this week. If you saw the tweet, I don't know what he's a legend for. Cutting grass, maybe, if you've seen that video. And then Xander Schauffele also celebrated a birthday this week, so
28, I think he is.
Celebrated with a
I
quad.
believe so, yeah.
Crazy.
And then shots of the week.
Ben on.
Yep, that was mine.
Yeah.
Driver off the deck.
So a lot of people are saying that's shot of the year candidate.
It's not
I
shot
don't
of the
think
year
I don't
for
think
me.
that qualifies as shot of the
It's
year, does it?
pretty damn good.
Oh, it's amazing, but
Under
like,
the circumstance, what he was down 2 with 4 to play, something like that.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna say you
I
can't
don't know.
count circumstances, but then obviously a lot of people believe that Bryson's 60-yard bunker shot is up there. Or sorry, it was Bryson, wasn't it?
yeah. See, that's better for me than Ben on shot.
Yeah, like it was just a good driver off the deck.
Yeah.
Did he make the eagle putt?
I don't actually know.
That kind of compounds it, right? If he made it,
Look it up.
I don't know if he made it.
I don't know. It was great, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
2 feet.
certainly not shot of the year for me anyway.
No, but it was still a good shot. That's the ZOZO and that. Couple news items here. Biggest one, there's going to be big changes to the Waste Management Phoenix Open
Yes.
in the regards to managing people.
Yeah.
So now they're making bigger entryways, better paths. Last year, obviously, they had way too many people in there, and it was wet, and people were falling all over the place. So they want to eliminate that and just not have. I think they're having an entrance now right by 18 greens, so you can get closer to 16 for that mad dash.
Yeah.
Just a lot to manage people around that place because.
Yeah. Because there are so many. Yeah.
One of these years, it's going to be a all-out brawl, I would imagine, if they didn't.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's getting bigger each year. So
you
hopefully that
think-
works for them.
You think the easiest way to manage it would be to just allow less people?
Well, the last year they got in trouble because they sold tickets that were just any day tickets.
Yeah.
So they didn't
They all
have
just
like
went to
set,
the-
so they all just went Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and so I imagine they're going to sell them by the day now. Like most, I think. Well,
Yeah.
President's Cup had Thursday, Friday tickets and weekend tickets, so I
Yeah.
imagine they'll do something along those lines. So hopefully that works out for them. Next, the TGL schedule is out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It seemed a little odd to me. Like it's all Mondays and Tuesdays, but a lot of them are before signature events.
That's really weird.
Yeah, like you would think if you're prepping for one of those, and I didn't look at who was playing when, but like you got to think those, like Tiger doesn't matter, he's not playing any of those tournaments anyways, right? But
Yeah.
like Rory, JT, all those
Yeah.
guys probably value the signature event more
Yep.
than they do the TGL.
I would think so.
Yeah, but maybe it's also a way for those guys to not have to do all of the PR stuff that comes along with signature events. Like they get to essentially skip Monday, Tuesday media availability because they're on the TGL.
Yeah,
But they're
I
also
suppose.
not going to the site to get ready for it.
That's right.
So
Yeah, it's one thing at
Pros
the
and cons.
Masters because
And then
But
they've
I think
been
it's smart to
there.
do. I think it's smart to do on Mondays and Tuesdays because by that time NFL's over. You got kind of your own time in the schedule.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna for sure give probably the first couple weeks a look. We're gonna obviously it's a golf quote unquote tour, so we'll give it a little bit of time a day. Equally as much as the
way less
the
than
live.
live, but
No, probably
yes.
about the same amount.
Did you guys see the video of how it actually works?
Yes,
No,
it
can
is
you
kind of
explain it?
neat, but
So they
I don't
they
know.
have a gigantic screen, like
Yes.
it is huge.
I'll go.
But then any shot, is it 100 yards or is it 50 yards?
Out of real sand. That I
So
saw
they'll
that.
It might have been 100 yards.
So they will
100
have
yards
different
is-
lies that you hit out of
Yeah.
into the screen. But then when you're 100 yards in, on the other side of SoFi or whatever, they'll have an actual green with a bunker in front, and the green will
It can tilt,
tilt
then
and pivot and turn, so it'll give you different looks.
and they
I
said
like
that
it.
they have actuators under the green to make different undulations
Oh,
on the actual.
and then they putt on
so it's
that.
not it's
And
not
then
the
they'll
same
putt
green
on
all
it,
the
yeah.
time. which
Yeah,
is
that's
kinda neat.
cool.
So it I don't know. I
You
still
think-
feel like hitting into that isn't how you want to prepare for a signature event.
I agree.
Okay, so here's my other thing now. If we're talking about with these actuators and stuff, what are the odds that they can just decide that they want to make one so that it's all going to funnel back to the hole? And so all you got to do is they might tell them, just hit the green here.
Probably
It's going to
pretty good.
funnel. And you could even, almost like a sand green, you could just have the slightest little undulation that makes a little shoot.
Yeah.
So that all of a sudden a 50-foot putt's going in, and then obviously drives all kinds of eyes to it. It's like, holy shit, Tiger just made a 60-footer.
Well, yeah, that's all. It's all entertainment, sports entertainment
It
at
is
that point.
sports entertainment.
So we might see that.
I love it.
But yeah, that
I'm all in.
I
on
will
it.
give them. I've been very negative towards TGL. That little green thing out can turn and
Yeah.
change. That might be.
Yeah.
I'll watch the first week. Is what I'm getting at.
Give it a look. Anyway.
Next, so the tour for all Corn Ferry graduates and players that didn't and just got their card gave them a cash advance of $500,000 that they actually, if they won a tournament, that would get minused off what they won.
Yeah.
So you didn't get 500 plus your winnings.
Okay.
But if you didn't make $500,000, you didn't have to pay the rest. So it was a bit of a perk, but it turns out the PGA Tour didn't factor in taxes on this. So a bunch of these players who maybe lost their card this year because they didn't get the money got a big check from like the government saying you owe us $10,000 to $60,000 depending on where you live. So
I'm torn on that one because is it like yes, it's their responsibility, but being independent contractors who've
It's just
done
tax
taxes
planning.
for it, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You would think, okay, well, hey,
well, they'd be paying
Just
their own
in case.
taxes anyways, would they not be? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
would have
exactly.
exactly. That's what I
aside.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I get it that they didn't maybe think it was coming, but they had money set aside. It's
You
like
would
any
hope
self-employed person that gets dividends instead. You know, you got to put some of that away because you
Yes.
got to pay the tax man.
Yep.
But it is more the optics of it just being okay. Yeah, sorry, here's your bill. A little bit
Yes.
shady, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that was a tough look, depending how you look at it.
Nice.
And then the Shriners Children's Hospital is actually ending their partnership with the PGA.
Yeah,
after
have they
this.
already announced another one? Is it staying in Vegas?
I would assume that they'll stay in Vegas, but
just Shriners.
yeah,
is
they're
out.
out.
Which is weird. Like they've been that partner for 18 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
It's the Vegas tournament. It's the Shriners.
Yeah, and I don't know. They just said they mutually parted ways for whatever reason, but like they've done so much for like sick kids for that tournament that it seems odd that they're deciding to go another direction. But
Yep.
I'm sure that one will, especially with
It'll
what
get scooped
Vegas is doing with
Yeah.
sports right now. Like someone will step up and and sponsor that real quick. Like
Yeah, it'll get scooped.
once they get baseball there, basketball's going to be there soon.
Yeah.
I mean, WrestleMania tickets are $1,800 for the worst seat in the house.
Nuts.
That
Is it for
much?
2 days or is that per day?
That's per day.
Oof. So you're out.
I'm out. Not
Yeah.
going.
Holy man.
Yeah.
Insane. Worst
I-
seat in the house, $1,800.
And the funny thing is like WrestleMania, it's cool and all, but you got to watch that on the screen. Like you're not you're not watching WrestleMania for the ring.
Not from that high up.
No, $1,800 to watch it on TV.
I need a Highsmith sack for $1,400. So
Oh wow, okay.
Another
Let's-
one? He's
let's
had like
cheer
2
that.
already, hasn't he?
no, he has 0.
He just got one.
Are you sure?
He was just celebrating like he just got one.
Was that their 2-point
Sorry,
convert?
I need a Dexter Lawrence sack.
Okay.
You see that 2-point convert where
Yes.
the whole line didn't
Nobody
pay
did.
attention?
Yeah, anything.
And then last one before we go around the world here. Some more information came out about that COVID players that happened, whatever, 2020.
Yes.
So because they canceled it with 4 people left to finish on day 1, they took half the pot or half the purse and divided up equally against anyone. If those 4 people would have finished that round, then they canceled it. They would have gave out the full purse, and Hideki would have got his $2.7 million.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah,
So like he's got to be mad at those 4 guys.
yeah.
Play fast.
Should be asking them for their whole checks.
Yeah, but I mean he's
I didn't
done all
realize
right.
that was the current. Also, it's crazy that came out like now.
Yeah.
Like, you think that would have came out
It was
like right
Michael
after?
Kim was answering those questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
And then around the world, the Champions Tour, the Simmons Bank, Padraig Harrington won. Pretty nice trophy here. Big like C with a little design in the middle. Alker was 12th, so take that for what you will. Ames was 38th or 39th, and Weir was 46th. The LPGA Maybank Championship, Rioning Yin won for the second time in 3 starts. This is an amazing trophy.
I didn't see that one.
It's like a tiger head, but it's like metal. Like it's not like a solid.
Yeah.
It's just like the outline almost. You have to look it up. It's a real cool trophy. Brooke Henderson was 10th, and then the DP World Tour, the Genesis Championship. Ben On, we talked about him. He won in a playoff over Tom Kim. Tom Kim didn't like that loss.
Nope.
Was so upset he broke a locker door off in the locker room, and they're
Yeah.
saying he might face potential disciplinary action because of it.
Like I don't get the. Well, I don't think it's good.
He came out
Who
and
cares?
apologized. Like he said he had no.
over in Asia, it's much different, right? Like
I
if that happened
guess.
in the States, I don't think it's an issue. But I think I don't know.
Their culture.
Yes, their cultural respect and yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think they like that very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
what's-
hey, that one caddy bowed to the course.
There you go. Exactly.
They're big on respect.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, disciplinary action. Come on. He said he was going to pay for it. That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, that's.
And
that's-
the amount
His
of
excuse.
I mean, what's it going to
Is
cost?
it-
Like you go to Rona and get a couple hinges and put it back on.
It was a Bronell level excuse. Oh, I just tossed it.
yeah.
I just touched the locker and it broke.
I just barely hucked myself in my bag and it broke all my goods.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, I think the disciplinary action is the fact that people are just raking him through the coals now.
Yeah, 100%.
He's got that hanging over him now for a little bit.
Yep.
That's enough, I think.
That's it for news.
Perfect.
I got to make in the cut though.
This is
yeah.
the last thing of the pod.
Yeah.
Making the cut.
Quick pod.
What do we got?
It's
I'm excited.
comedy movies.
Holy moly.
Oh boy. Okay.
So got it. 4 make the cut. 4
Okay.
gone forever.
All right.
I got Step Brothers,
Okay.
Old School,
Oh boy, this is
Super
This
Troopers,
is gonna be terrible.
Happy Gilmore, Wedding Crashers, The Hangover,
Oh my god.
Tropic Thunder,
Oh no.
and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh no.
This might be the hard. So Super Troopers is out. Has
Super
to be.
Troopers is
Really?
out?
I think it has to be.
Happy Gilmore's out.
I think Happy Gilmore might be out.
I think Happy Gilmore's
I think it's Step Brothers, Old School, Wedding Crashers, and The Hangover.
So you're getting rid of Super Troopers,
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, Dumb and Dumber,
Oh my god.
and Happy Gilmore.
I can't get rid of Dummy Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber's in for me.
Yeah. So
Step Brothers is probably in. Hangover's out. Tropic Thunder in.
And there's so many left off.
I know.
I believe you.
So okay. So
I'm missing one.
yeah. Step Brothers and Dumb and Dumber have to be in. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll give you those two for
Yep.
sure. Yep.
Step Brothers. Yeah.
Hangover for me is out. It's a good movie, but
I think that's 4 or 5 for me. That's the last cap.
Yeah.
What was the other one that's for sure? Maybe
Old School,
School's
Wedding
out.
Crashers.
I think Old School's probably.
Maybe Wedding Crashers. No, man.
Wedding Crashers is in for me. That's.
Is
my
it
four.
possible to just not do it?
No, you have to do it. Four
That's
of them
my four.
have to make the cut.
Okay, so Super Troopers, Tropic Thunder, Happy Gilmore, and Old School are out.
So
Yeah.
Super Troopers, Happy Gilmore,
Old
Tropic
S-
Thunder, and Old School are out for
Yeah,
you?
so that leaves Dumb and Dumber, Wedding Crashers, Step Brothers,
And The Hangover.
and The Hangover.
I'm the same, except I think I'm kicking out Step Brothers.
I thought
No,
you were
no,
kicking
Hangover.
out
No, no.
Hangover.
Or sorry, yes,
Hangover,
that's the
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
For Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
it's pretty close. You? Or you made it, so you don't have to pick.
Wow.
You just make it super hard for us.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to hear Bronell's opinion on that, but you had to
Those
watch
are
this
those are
lock
like
of the
8.
money.
Those are like 8 of the top 10 of all time.
They're all very, very
Yeah.
good movies.
But that's the thing is like Happy Gilmore has the golf and just like the aura about it, but it ain't nearly as funny as those.
No, I agree.
You could have one of the ones that I'm sure missed the cut was the other guys.
Oh, yeah. That
Oh yeah.
that'd been a no-brainer for me. That's my favorite Will Ferrell movie by a mile.
That guy went through just an unbelievable run of hilarious comedies. Like Old School's
He's
good,
got
but it's just not
Very, very good.
not as
movies.
good as the other ones.
So when I was doing research for this, like, I like Googled like top comedies from like early 2000s, and like
yeah,
people had Dodgeball on there.
that movie's not that great.
No, like,
You know what's a very underrated movie? Road Trip.
oh yeah, that's
Shit,
that
it
could be on there.
Pointer.
I mean, if it's my personal list, like Hot Fuzz is going on that list for sure, but
Can
yeah,
you say Highsmith?
no, he's Lawrence. But yeah, so another tough one. Another.
You
tough
said
one.
Highsmith, but you
I
meant
did.
Lawrence?
I meant Lawrence. Yeah.
Oh,
Highsmith
okay.
already has one. I have him
Okay.
on the ticket, but he's already got 2, I think.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zoljan Jobies, that's his second.
yeah, it is.
Lawrence on it, that might be, does half sack count?
Yeah.
He jumped on his back. You might give him a half sack there. Oh, that's Burns.
Burns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, 3 weeks in a row, 3 tough ones on the old making the cut.
Unreal.
I
Just
have
wait till we get it
I
in
have
back,
a
just-
nomination.
Well,
Steak sides.
You did this for a top 5.
I know, but I want to see. I want to see what you
Jesus.
come up with.
Jesus. you
Cheese
still gotta have
would be a
cheese.
tough one for
Yeah,
sure.
especially when
Well, it's you're
Marvel's
only
in.
picking 3 because Marble's in.
Marvel's in. Marvel's in for sure. I love that. Making the cut is the best thing we've ever done. All right, what else you guys got? 43 minutes. What a nice pod.
It's perfect.
On Sports Equinox Day, we'll watch the end of all these games at the same time. It's gonna be
Maybe
beautiful.
see who's
Be
winning
great.
the election.
Oh yeah.
And
Turn
see
one of
who's
those
winning.
on.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty quick.
You guys got anything else for the end of the week? What tournament we got this week? Week off.
Nope. It's
Right
Canute didn't prepare a preview, so
Didn't. We haven't done it the last 2 weeks, so
let's all look. Let's let the golf pod look up what tournaments is up.
I can't. My thumb's not working, so I'm.
Explore schedule. Worldwide technology is next weekend in Los Cabos.
Oh, there is a week off.
Week off. So
that's actually
I
yeah.
thought I
I
was
knew
right.
that. Yes.
so week off. So you know what? And Chiefs play the Monday night. If I was Bronell, I'd be saying let's skip a week.
Can't.
But we might just have a pod next week of just like 3 making the cuts.
Ooh.
I'm
And
making
then
the
I guess
cut
the
pod.
golfer.
And a guess the golfer. Just a bunch of like trivia
yeah,
stuff.
we could do guess the golfer.
Or we could just do a full trivia episode. And then the people could like
Ooh.
pause it.
You
and
know
see if
who
they
would
get
love that? Bronell.
Mhm.
He loves being the trivia master.
Yeah, maybe we'll get that. It'll be our first ever trivia. Maybe we can do it live on
I like
live
that.
and
Yep.
with call-ins.
We could do that.
But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else, let's watch the rest of the sports.
Let's do it.
All right, until next week, it's time for us to hit the clubhouse.